This is the Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store Forged Irish Stout. Delighted, as always, to be joined with Dev Sahni. I suppose, before we start this, I've got to bring up one thing, mate. When I look on Twitter, why is everyone having a go at Dev? What have you done, mate? I see Clarissa Shields having a go, Ryan Garcia, mate. What are you doing? You're going global.
It is quite something. It was amazing to wake up to see Clarissa Shields just really targeting Dev. I mean, I've done nothing, but obviously she's talking about someone else. But it's all good fun, isn't it? I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what I can't stop watching is the what Benson posted yesterday, the Clarissa Shields going at Gervonta Davis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unbelievable. Just so savage, but like so funny. I even showed my wife. She was like, this is amazing savagery. So yeah, amazing. Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose we will talk about tomorrow night because we are at the spiritual home of York Hall. Great fights tomorrow night. 3 title fights, and they're all 3 really good fights. Denzel Bentley, Danny Dignum, Grandelli against Nathaniel Collins, and then Liam Dillon against, I was going to say Reece Bellotti there, Ryan Garner, which is a great fight. All 3, and tops a sort of a stacked card there.
It's a really good show, isn't it? Like when you've just listed it there, these are really good fights, and the 3 title fights are absolute bangers. I'm particularly excited about Ryan Garner against Liam Dillon. Obviously, they're all great, but Ryan Garner is 14-0. Looks great. Frank has been backing him for years and years. It's been a bit of a roller coaster with him, but he's maintained his unbeaten record. He's back in the gym and he's working hard. Some great performances last time out and the time before that, but he hasn't really beaten anyone. No one that the public have heard of. He's looked great, but hasn't beaten a name. Liam Dillon isn't just a name. He's former English champion, former Southern Area champion. Only just lost his British title. It's they call Ryan Garner the Piranha. Well, the Piranha is in deep waters. We're going to find out how good he is. It could be a step too far too soon. We don't know. But if he comes through in flying colours, it's very exciting. And Denzel Bentley against Danny Dignum. It's because of the things that Danny Dignum has said in the build-up, saying that if I lose, I'll probably have to retire. It almost makes it a kind of loser leaves town kind of fight. Yeah, and look, if you're Denzel Bentley and your career form suddenly says Nathan Heaney lost, Danny Dignum lost, that's not a great look. If you're Danny Dignum and you're talking about retiring if you lose, and then you lose, it's a difficult spot. And Nathaniel Collins, unbeaten British and Commonwealth champion, stepping up to European level against a very good fighter in Grandelli, who looks up for it on the scales, and looking forward to it.
I was going to say that when we get into the Bentley fight, how important is it now for him that we see sort of the opportunities that the guys, Hamza Shearer is getting, the middleweights in the division, and sort of what the opportunities that they are getting? I suppose I spoke to Denzel about last week, and he sort of talked about having to earn that again. Does it make sure that fights like this, is more than important because he has to make sure that Heaney fight was just a one-off, and he can prove that he can mix it right at the top with the middleweights? Yeah,
look, he needs to win. If he's going to get back in that kind of conversation, I think he knows that he needs to win. I think there's part of him that's probably a bit annoyed with himself that he is kind of missing out on all of that at the moment, but it's up to him to win and then get back in the mix, and that's how you do it. He's still one of the very best middleweights in the country. He still hits very hard. We'll know more about where he is tomorrow. If he does a demolition job on Danny Dignum, that's a big statement. That really tells everyone what Denzel Bentley's about. So let's see. I'm sure there's plenty of great, exciting fights out there for him.
Just quickly before we do move on, I didn't catch you last week at the announcement of Chantelle Cameron and Aadam Hamed signing with Queensberry. 2 great signings for Queensberry and ones that you must be happy with.
Very much so. Look, Chantelle Cameron she's coming to us as a kind of premium fighter already. Like, she's one of the best fighters that you can actually get hold of. One of the best fighters in the world. Former undisputed at super lightweight. And people talk about how Katie Taylor may be the greatest fighter of all time, greatest female fighter. Well, Chantelle Cameron beat her, so what does that make her, And she went over to Ireland to do it as well. Tells you a lot about her as a fighter, the fact she did that. She wants all of her belts back, joining up with Frank, joining up with Queensberry. I'm sure they will plot out a path to get those belts back for her. And I can't wait to get going. She's a fantastic fighter. And Aadam Hamed, what a brilliant story. This is another one of those boxing sons where you're looking at him and you're thinking, you don't have to box, your dad did it for you. You haven't come up, through poverty or hard times. Well, look, not, economic-wise, Naz was a very rich man. So when a son like that chooses to go the hard route, chooses the hardest sport in the world to go and compete in, it tells you something about his character. It's not just that. It's not like he's at home and he's just training downstairs in the gym and Naz is watching on. He keeps uprooting himself. He goes out to Birmingham, he's set up there for a while. He's gone out to Manchester, he's set up there. You can see he's in Jamie Moore's gym. He's got the fighting spirit, and he's a really, really nice guy as well. So I don't know if you've spoken to him yet.
Yeah, I spoke to him a couple of times.
Just a lovely fella, and they're a lovely family as well. So great journey that's going to be.
For sure. His Excellency done an interview the other day actually with ESPN, and he laid out more exciting plans. One of the exciting plans, I suppose, sort of pricked the ears of British fans, was a potential September 20th to 21st date that looks like it'll be the return of Anthony Joshua. No opponent for that yet, but obviously some thrown into the mix with the winner of Wilder Zhang, the winner of Hrgovic Dubois. And also, along with a Inoue potentially coming over to Wembley after his great win over Lewis Neri on Monday. UK USA 5v5, which would be, I'd get the full England shirt out for that. But excited to hear those things coming out.
It's all very, very exciting. Look, it tends to be whatever His Excellency wants to happen. Like he comes up with these great concepts, these great ideas, and then it happens. So if he's done that interview, he's talked about all these great things. I'm sure they'll all come to fruition. They're putting on the best fights right now. They're making these things happen, so I can't wait. Roll on next week when we suddenly got undisputed for the first time in 25 years. Then we've got the 5v5 on June the 1st. We had Beterbiev Bivol. Fortunately, that one slipped away, but I'm sure there's going to be more and more announcements coming up, so I can't wait.
One fight I did want to talk, when it comes to Anthony Joshua, hypothetically, let's say Dubois beats Hrgovic. How massive of a fight do you think that could be between the two? Bearing in mind that obviously, I'll say rumours, but the history between the two as well, it could be massive.
It should be massive. If that happens, if it's Joshua versus Dubois, that's a brilliant fight. It's two heavy-handed Brits punching holes in each other, who have done plenty of rounds in sparring before as well. And when Daniel Dubois turned over, there was that fanfare, there was the rumours and the story that came with it all. And this will be his chance to be like, well, this is Anthony Joshua's chance to say, no, you're just some kid. Don't be saying any of this stuff. So I'd love to see that fight. Would absolutely love it, but who knows?
We do need to talk about one heavyweight fight that's happening next week. I don't know if you might have seen Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk are both in great shape ahead. They both posted photos on their Instagram. Fury is in amazing shape. Oleksandr very much the same. Bearing in mind, fingers crossed, no hiccups. Next week we'll be having an undisputed champion for the first time since 1999. And it draws more closer. How excited are you?
I'm so excited. Look, after tomorrow night's York Hall show, 3 title fights, it's brilliant. Once that's all done, you just want to kind of collectively hit fast forward and just get to Saturday night. It's been 25 years, Lewis. Yeah. 25 years. The world has been waiting for an undisputed heavyweight champion, and we're finally going to get one. One king in the heavyweight division. No questions. No but maybe this guy could beat him. No, this is it. These are the 2 very best. There'll be fights beyond it, I'm sure, but right now, in this moment, it's the 2 best heavyweights in the world, duking it out, both unbeaten. Oh, it's such a good fight. I can't wait.
With Fury, the shape that he's coming in, we don't know how much he's weighing, but just taking it on face value, looking like a little bit more trim, a little bit more leaner. What do you make of him taking that approach to someone like Usyk, who's obviously the smaller guy?
Look, I guess we'll know when we see his weight. Sometimes these pictures can be misleading. I think he'll come in at a good weight. I think he'll probably come in maybe the 260s. I think that's what he was against Dillian Whyte. It was like 263-ish. It's much lighter against Klitschko, but I think he'll be around that. And yeah, look, this is, if you're in the Tyson Fury camp, you'll probably point to his size. There's no way that, he's 6 foot taller, 6 inches taller than Usyk. He'll probably weigh 50 pounds or so more, 40, 50 pounds, and he can impose his size. He knows how to do it at the highest level. He did that against Deontay Wilder. So, fascinating to see Usyk. No surprises there. No one's going like, oh my God, he's in great shape. He's always in great shape, and he knows what weight he's going to be. There's no guess game. I think he's been pretty consistent with his weights at heavyweight. Once he found his feet, pretty consistent around the 220 mark. So, just 2 in shape unbeaten, brilliant fighters at the peak of their powers. Perfect.
Absolutely, and that seems like a perfect way to end the interview. Dev, thank you for taking time to speak to me. Always good to catch up. And yeah, enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow, but enjoy Saudi as well for all the exploits, mate. Top man.